God, where God said, man, meditate on my word, be strong, be courageous. He had to deal with his fear. All of a sudden, Joshua was now facing this opportunity to cross the river. The Bible tells us that God spoke to Joshua and told him that the priests are to go first. The Bible tells us in the book of Revelation that we are kings and priests. You break that down and study that out. From my understanding, it's actually interpreted a kingdom of priests. That's who we are as Christians. We represent God to the world. And so all of a sudden the Bible says that when the priests, the sole of their foot dipped into the water, the Bible says that the Jordan River began to split. When the pastor begins to take the step of faith into unforeseen territory, when God begins to deal with you as a priest in the earth, as a representative of God into new territory, God's saying, start that business, start that ministry, go to that school, be involved in this area, whatever He's speaking to you. We want the water to be stirred. We want the money to be given to us at the gate beautiful. We want the river to split open. But God's saying to you, rise up, take up your mat, walk. Rise up, walk. He's saying, take the step of faith. And when you take the step of faith, that's when the doors open. That's when the river splits. That's when the opportunities show up. We want everything to show up now. I want the water to be stirred. I want the money because that's what I'm here for. I want the river to split and then I'm going to walk over. No, God says take the step, because as children of God, we don't walk by sight. We walk by faith. I don't care what it looks like in the natural. God said do it. We do it. They took the step. All of a sudden it split open. They were walking. The priest, the Bible tells us, was standing on dry ground. Now, don't y'all realize something? The river was flowing. I don't know if y'all have ever been in a river or a creek, but if you touch the ground where there's water, it's wet and muddy and sinks a little bit. But the Bible says that when he took the step, the water split and he stood on dry ground. What is waiting on the other side of your step? Stood on dry ground. It says he crossed over, and then it says all of Israel crossed over with him. Who's behind you? Come on, Grandma. Who's behind you? Grandkids, children, great-grandchildren, aunts, uncles. Who's behind you? Who's following you? They're waiting on your step. They're waiting on your step. I said they're waiting on your step. They're waiting on you to rise up and walk. They're waiting on you to take the step because they're saying mama, they're saying daddy, they're saying brother, they're saying sister. Man, come on, I believe you can do it. But human nature needs someone to break the mark. Human nature needs someone to run the mile faster than 5 minutes. Y'all realize when the dude ran the mile and broke that 5-minute barrier, like no one had done it for so long, he breaks the barrier, all of a sudden people just started breaking it left and right. They needed somebody to break the barrier. Who in this church is the barrier breaker for your family, for your generation, for your community? God's saying take the step. I stepped into Zachary Bigley Ministries with no meetings. I had $200 a month to preach. $200 a month total coming into my name. My rent was $400. I said I had $200 a month coming into my name.